Hi everyone, my name is Charlie and today is Cosy Reading Night. Cosy Reading Night is a seasonal read-along hosted by Lauren of Lauren and the Books, in which we all spend 3 hours out of our evening reading various books, having various snacks and drinking various fluids. It's all about relaxing and celebrating books in the coziness of our own homes, and naturally I'm not sure whether I'm going to be participating fully this evening. It's not that I wouldn't like an evening just to read and relax. In fact, I probably need that, and this is my last day off before the final few days before Christmas. That would be a great thing for me to do, you know, maybe read A Christmas Carol while sipping hot chocolate and finishing listening to soul music. I'm just not sure it's going to happen. Therefore, I am going to share my TBR with you. This is not a TBR. This is a selection of books that I could choose from this evening, but I'm not creating a TBR, I'm not talking about anything, I'm not overwhelming myself or giving myself that sort of pressure. So firstly, I have The Testament of Mary by Com Toibin. This was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize back in 2013. I read it then and loved it. All about Jesus's final days from the perspective of his mother. It's relatively good, talks about motherhood and matriarchy and all that fun stuff, gives a different examination of all the stuff going on in the Bible. I could read this. I would quite like to reread Stardust again by Neil Gaiman because it's been a while. I think that I enjoy this book more than a lot of other people. It's like a fairy tale and to me just suits this time of year perfectly. There is Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. I read the first chapter for my Trying Chapters video last week, and I'm wondering whether I just like to speed through something fantastical and quick. Also Bellman and Black, because who doesn't like a ghost story around Christmas time? Another reread for me, The Spindlers by Lauren Oliver. I read this in 2013 as well. My book got severely damaged when I took it to Whitby because it got soaked in my bag. Would like to revisit it like I wanted to revisit it at Halloween. And you know, The Christmas Carol is up there. So we will see whether I do actually end up participating in Cosy Reading Night tonight. Whether I do indeed read from any of these books or none at all. I also have The Girl Who Speaks Bear downstairs that I started a month ago now and still not read any of. I will check in later and we'll see how this goes. I didn't start Cosy Reading Night until 7:30, simply because I had one episode left of season 1 of Gavin and Stacey to watch, and I was getting that out of the way. Then I began reading from chapter 2 of Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. I thought that I'd read this because it seemed like the sort of sword and sorcery fantasy that would be incredibly easy to delve into. I'm finding it a bit of a struggle to keep up with who the characters are, and I'm just not able to feel invested in the world. I am finding myself being hypercritical of it. I don't think that that's a good thing. I also don't think that this is the book that I'm looking for. My first problem is that the writer feels the need to use adjectives all the time. So you have a curled thorny branch then you have single bloom, warped sideboard, red rose, weathered stem, coiled snake. All of that is within 3 sentences, and it's happening often. And I get that the writer has probably improved with his prose since this book, but I do not think that this is going to be the one that I stick with going into the final 2 hours of the Cosy Reading Night. I think I'll finish the chapter, but then I'll definitely be moving on to something else. I don't know whether I want to read at all. Things are distracting me. I'm allowing that to happen, and that's not a good thing, but I also do want to participate and get some reading done. I'm in this strange quandary right now. It seems this story is actually going to take a bit of a turn, and these guys are going to get framed for murder, which I found out from the next page, but the writing still isn't there for me. For the final hour of Cosy Reading Night, I didn't actually do much reading. I've read 40 pages of this book this evening. That's the most that I've read in a month, so let's call it a success. But otherwise, me and my siblings played Cards Against Humanity, and I lost. And it was fantastic. I don't really read at this time of year. It's been documented now. I'm not going to fight against it. I, once again, thank Lauren of Lauren and the Books for creating this read along and for allowing us all to be part of it and allowing us, well, giving us all the permission to relax and read and not think too much about it. I wish, on the one hand, that I'd done more reading, because ordinarily, had I read properly, I could have got through maybe 180 pages at least, and I didn't do that. I'm not at normal reading speed, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not doing the cozy reading night how it's meant to be done, and just reading 40 pages of a book that I might read and I might not. I am going to upload this video now. I look forward to seeing everyone else's cozy reading night videos when they eventually go online. I hope that you got something from this video, and until next time, that is all.